Hello everyone. Today we are going to have another live talk based on women in hospitality. So we are going to have with us Amy Grigos from the US. She's a luxury travel advisor and she's going to discuss with us today. You need a luxury travel advisor for your hotel. So if we have many hotel owners today, we were willing to hear their questions. Hello, Amy. How are
Hi,
you?
Vivian. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It is morning there, right? 10
So
a.m.?
it's noon. It's noon.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for having me. I've been listening to some of your talks. They're wonderful.
Thank you very much, Amy. I was just introducing you. I was saying that you're a luxury travel advisor working closely with the Virtuoso group. And
Yes,
this is amazing. And of course, that you love Greece.
absolutely.
So, can you share more about your background?
Sure. So I think my background is a little interesting because originally I was a court reporter. So if
Oh.
anybody knows what that is, basically I used to sit and take depositions before they went to trial. And I didn't except when I had to read the record back. So you'll find that interesting because by the end of the interview, where you'll see that
Okay.
I don't stop talking, you're going to say, how did she do that? How did she sit there and not speak? But I think it's really important and help me develop some really good skills when it comes to listening to the partners, the
Mm-hmm.
hoteliers, my clients. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so that was originally what I did. I was a court reporter. And then for many years, I was home and
Mm-hmm.
with my children. I
Mm-hmm.
did a lot of volunteer work. And when they got older, I said, I've always traveled. I've always used a travel advisor. I really would
Mm-hmm.
like to do this. So about 5 years ago, I met with this great lady who actually owns the company that I work for. And, I don't think they thought I was going to do anything because I hadn't worked in a very long time.
Yes.
And so I started very slowly in the beginning, but it's been great. It took off rather quickly after the first year.
Mm-hmm.
And
You're working with Virtuoso Group.
so my agency is called Vagabond Travel that I work
Mm-hmm.
for.
Mm-hmm.
And Virtuoso is a consortium. And we
Okay.
partner with like the best hotels, tour
Mm-hmm.
operators, cruise lines, on-sites, DMCs, and they give our clients additional perks for booking with me because I'm a Virtuoso advisor.
Yes.
So Virtuoso has 20,000 advisors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm what's called the Ultra Lux
Mm-hmm.
travel
So,
advisor, not just luxury, because Virtuoso is luxury.
yes.
But
So, can you share more about Ultralux to maybe some people doesn't know?
right. So within Virtuoso, they have different communities that you could be a part of. If you sell culinary or more cruises, you can join these different communities.
Mm-hmm.
But 2 years ago, they started a new community called Ultralux. And
Mm-hmm.
those other communities you could just be you could join, but Ultralux you had to be invited into through Virtuoso.
Mm-hmm.
So the criteria was you had to have, say, I don't know if it was like at least 2 or 3 4 clients that spent over $100,000 per year with
Okay.
me or any advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that could mean multiple trips. It could mean one trip. It was considered the top 2% of all Virtuoso clients that traveled. So there was only 75 of us out of 20,000 that were invited into this Ultralux community. Since then, it's grown, but I think it's really great because it shows the hoteliers, the suppliers, what kind of clients I have, that they don't take one trip and I never hear from them again. They tend to travel over and over and over with me. So, the recommendations are important.
And
The
of course, they
relationships
are.
are very important.
Mhm.
So I
I
hope that
think there are
explains it.
upscale clients, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Most of them are VIP upscale clients.
right. In the Ultralux community. But the truth of the matter is I don't really turn any client away. All my business is referral
Mm-hmm.
based. So
Mm-hmm.
if you were my client and you referred a friend or a family member, they would call me up and I would say, how did you hear about me? And they would say, Vivian referred me. And then
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of time qualifying the client to see if I'm the right fit for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yes.
and this first conversation is crucial because
Okay.
I determined where they stayed, where they
Mm-hmm.
want to go, and their budget, because I
Mm-hmm.
plan the entire trip from start to finish, from the air, the transfers, the tours, the hotels, beach clubs, lunch reservations, dinner reservations. So it's not like I just pick a hotel and send them on their way. It's a
No,
complete
you're
experience,
taking care of everything.
everything.
Mm-hmm. And so, taking back for your first year, that, as I understand, being a travel advisor, it was like your hobby, before you become in real luxury travel advisor, because we travel a lot. And so I interrupted you, and we go to the virtuoso stuff. So after that, you started doing the about being a luxury travel advisor. How many years
So
now?
right now, I've been a luxury travel advisor for 5 years. Prior
Okay,
to
great.
that, I've always
Mm-hmm.
traveled.
Yes.
So when I use the travel advisor, I
Mm-hmm.
always love to research and read about it, and find new places, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's the latest Michelin restaurant or the best local restaurant.
Yes, yes.
So I was always very interested. I always loved reading and researching about it. So, and we
Mm-hmm.
always traveled, which
Mm-hmm.
I think is key, because a lot of my clients like to personally go where I go. And a lot of them do like to travel actually with me. And
They
I see,
trust you.
what's that?
They trust you.
They trust me, and it's important. So they
Yes.
trust me. I trust the suppliers. It's a relationship. And I think
Mm-hmm.
the relationships are important, especially now
Mm-hmm.
with what's happening.
Yes.
Um, Relationships are key. And I think one thing people don't understand is, because it is expensive to travel.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say my clients are ultra luxe, yes. But if they call me up and they say, well, my friend went here, and I would like to take a trip, I would say, okay, fine. What is your budget? So maybe they don't have the budget of their friend, but I have to manage those expectations.
Mm-hmm. Of
If
course.
they, if,
Yes.
right. So if they have a budget of, say, 15,000 that they want to go to Greece, I say to them, you have to be honest, because I'm very honest with my clients. And I think that's also very key in business.
Very
I said,
important.
I said to them, I don't want to send you a trip that's 30,000 when your budget is 15. It's a waste of everybody's time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's very important to qualify the client, know where to put
Mm-hmm.
them. And Virtuoso opens up a lot of partnerships. They're
Mm-hmm.
very good at connecting us with the hoteliers, us with the suppliers, people that do on-sites. And, people are looking for experiences, like I said, because,
Mm-hmm.
they'll call me up and they'll say, well, what's the best hotel in this destination in Greece? And I'll say to
Mm-hmm.
them, well, the best hotel for me is where they're going to treat you fabulous, great, like going to a local place by your house where they know you, where
Yes.
if there is a problem, I can get the owner, the manager, somebody on the telephone,
Mm-hmm.
that you're not just a number. And people love that. So, and that's all through the connections. So,
So, Amy,
it's very key.
to take it from the start, to take it from the start, a luxury travel advisor, what is doing in business? So, what is the work that he has to do, a luxury travel advisor for a client?
Okay. So what I said, first they call me, we discuss the destination,
Mm-hmm.
why they want to go to that destination, where they've stayed previously
Mm-hmm.
if they haven't worked with me before. So I get an idea of what type of hotels they like, what type of excursions,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's adventure, whether they're looking for more spa experiences, whether it's culinary experiences. So that's very, very important. So the first planning, the
Okay.
first conversation, then I do my work. I say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
they have X amount of days, they have X amount of dollars. Let's see, can they go? Because I don't like to make a marathon. Listen, there's thousands of islands in Greece, and you could spend years and not see them all. So
Of course.
obviously everybody wants the highlights, and then I try to give them something a little unique depending on the budget. So I lay it out. I say, okay, well, they can stay 3 nights in this location in Greece, 4 nights in this location, 3 nights here. I don't in and out of hotels, because that's not enjoyable either. So I look at that. Well, do they have the budget to fly or take a private helicopter, or do they have to take the ferry? You know, this is all part of the equation. Then I look at the excursion. So it's like step by step, you know, on how I put it all together. And usually I say to them, okay, so we're going to go to this island, this island, this island. You're going to fly in and out of the mainland. So you're going to spend some time there. These are the excursions. And then we do, once that's all done, then we do the restaurants and then the beach clubs and the lunches and anything else unique that they want to do. Like if they have children and they want to take them fishing, you know, or like more local experience where they get to like bake bread the way they did back in the day.
So you're searching for experiences that are unique. You're searching for experiences that they are unique and upscale, and they can be tailor-made to their interests, right? For your clients.
Correct. So if they don't have the budget to do something unique and totally luxurious, it could still be luxurious and a nice vacation. It just maybe has to be less days. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. So usually, since after the first conversation, because I do spend so much time getting to know the client, once I present it, there's very little changes that need to be made. You know, maybe it's a category in a hotel. I tend not to book the leading category for Americans because it's usually too small. So a lot of the hoteliers like that because I tend to book higher categories in their properties.
Yes.
The clients that I send, you know, spend money at the hotel because look, you know, it is a business and, you know, people are looking to profit, which, you know, is fine. So the clients, they come, they use the hotel facilities, the spas, the restaurants, the bars, and we work together if it's something special that clients want. Like I have a very big client and it's nothing difficult. She likes extra towels. She's not asking for champagne every day in the room. So I call them up and I let them know. Like I'm very transparent and I'll tell them this is a VIP client, or this is referred by a VIP client, or this is, you know, a very nice couple. Because like I said, not everybody can be a VIP because then they don't take you seriously.
Of course. So what is the real value for a 5-star hotel to collaborate with a luxury travel advisor? I mean,
so
you're already collaborate with some Greek hotels, right?
Yes, a lot of the Greek hotels.
Yes.
Because like you said, Greece is my #1 destination. I love Greece, and I've never had a complaint from any of the clients coming back from Greece. I mean, everybody loves it. There's nothing not to love, in my opinion.
Great.
The food is great. The people are amazing. You know, it's just, I can go on and on about how fabulous it is.
We can understand that. We can understand why.
Right. So I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, I say that I can agree with you. We can understand why they love Greece.
Oh, but you were saying about the collaboration. So
yes, I was asking about the collaboration. So you already collaborate with some hotels, but there are other hotels that maybe want to join Virtuoso, you know, and to work with a luxury travel advisor. So what is the value that they will get from that kind of collaboration?
Oh, that's a very good question. So just because I'm a Virtuoso travel advisor doesn't mean that I only book Virtuoso hotels.
Okay.
I go to those first because they're vetted. They're usually your 4- and 5-star best of the best. And usually the ones that I have the best relationships with. But that being said, there are fabulous smaller hotels or other hotels that aren't Virtuoso, and I can book those as well. The thing that I find is that, you know, I know the client and I know the property, so I know which would work best for them. You know, in certain destinations in the summer, it's hard to get a taxi, so some hotels offer a shuttle, where other clients won't mind hiring a private car for that time.
Yes.
And, you know, so that's the factor, you know, when they know the type of clients that I have, they know the business that I send to Greece. So yes, they offer, you know, they'll call me up and they'll say, we'd like to have a meeting, whether they're Virtuoso or not Virtuoso. And like I said, because, you know, I've had problems. I mean, no matter how much planning I do and I try to avoid problems, there's going to be problems.
Always.
But it's really how it's handled.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can get somebody on the phone, no matter what day, no matter what time, for me and my clients, that's key. And my clients realize that. They see the connections,
Yes.
which I think are now more important than ever. So I'll give you an example. I had a client, and, you know, no matter what you do, things just go wrong.
Okay.
She gets to a hotel. It's 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning, my time, okay, Eastern Standard Time. She tells me the air conditioning doesn't work.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. Americans love air conditioning. So I call the owner. I said, what are you doing to me? You're the last stop on the trip. They were in Italy. They were in Greece. She's telling me there's no air conditioning. 2 seconds. In 2 seconds, it's 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. He said, don't worry. The manager is with them. There was nothing wrong with the air conditioning. The people had turned it off instead of on. But because I have such a great relationship with them, he knew something was really going on. And he moved their room anyway. And that's because of the relationships. That's because of the business we do together. And the clients, they see that, you know, and they were like very apologetic. And in the end, very happy. So, you know, definitely I like the way things are handled with the people I work with. But and it's key. And listen, I can't get everywhere. I mean, I was in Greece twice last summer, and every day there's a new hotel. I was there in February before we knew how bad coronavirus was.
Yes.
Also to see different tours and different hotels. And that's another reason the client trusts me, is because I'm not going to send them someplace that I wouldn't go to.
Okay, that's very important.
You know, and I did have a client say to me, they asked me about a hotel in Athens. And I said, I'm not familiar with it. If you have a problem, I have nobody to contact.
I understand.
You know?
Yes. So it is very important that you are doing the experiences and the tours by yourself first, and then you propose to your clients, because that also makes them feel confident that you are always one step further and you know how everything is going to work. And also, as far as I have discussed with you, your clients also come with you during your holidays.
Yes, some of them do. Some of the
Yes.
really good clients do. Because, you know, I still travel, I still go on vacation, and, you know, I go to places that are really fabulous. And I actually haven't been to a place I haven't really liked, honestly. So, you know, when I go away over the holidays and they want to go to the same destination, I'm fine with that. You know, and my clients, they're really great. I'm very lucky. They're very supportive. I mean, even now, you know, we have problems with, you know, obviously people canceling and cancellation policies. And listen, I know everybody, they want to get their money back. Everybody wants their money back. And I explained to them, you know, listen, we want these companies around when the crisis is over. So, you know, we have to be patient, which is fine if you have, you know, one trip planned. But I have some clients, because they travel over and over again, they have 5 and 6 trips planned. So to take a loss on 5 or 6 trips is not like somebody going on one trip and having to lose a small portion. So I've been working with my suppliers and my contacts to get them their money back. And I think it needs to be on a case-by-case basis, for sure. Because it's very trying times. You know, it's very difficult. I hear a lot about the messages that are being put out there. And, you know, in the beginning, you know, we were told one thing, and it keeps changing. So I think the message, you know, is important that we put out there, that, you know, we are there for them, that, you know, when things are safe, we would like them to travel.
Yes.
And we want these relationships to continue. So I think that keeping in touch, doing things like this is very important.
Thank you.
I do want to go back to your question about becoming virtuoso.
Yes.
Because I'm not on that committee. That's done through the owners and managers, sit on a committee with Virtuoso. But the hotels, when they are applying, it's usually like a 4 or 5-star hotel in a desirable location with a proven track record and offering additional amenities. So Virtuoso hotels
Mm-hmm.
give virtuoso advisors additional perks for sending their clients there.
Okay.
So it's usually the breakfast, early check-in, late check-out, subject to availability.
Some amenities. Yeah.
Amenities, upgrade
Mm-hmm.
upon availability. And then there's always a special amenity. Could be a food and beverage credit, could be a spa credit. And
Mm-hmm.
then the people that are in Ultralux, the community that I'm a part of, the smaller community within Virtuoso, they'll
Mm-hmm.
get an additional amenity if they're in Ultralux. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a client that's supposed to take a trip in the United States, and in addition to the $100 food and beverage credit, she's going to get a free photo shoot.
Okay.
So, there's pluses to the clients for sure.
Of course.
And a lot of the clients, they look for that, and then if the hotel doesn't offer virtuoso amenities, a lot of them offer other amenities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said it doesn't have to be virtuoso. But then when they're applying, the hotel sends out little surveys. Virtuoso actually does.
Yes.
And they send it to me and they want me to rate and tell about my experience, and then they vote on it. So
Okay.
it's a long process. And I'm sure if somebody wants to become part of Virtuoso, a hotelier or a supplier, they should contact them for that.
Okay, but as I say from our audience and comments, they want to collaborate with you. So I see a lot of hotel managers and owners here in the audience from, sorry, from Mykonos and all over Greece.
I see some PR people.
Yes.
I see my good friend J-Mac is on.
Hello, everyone. Maybe you want to say hi to them.
Okay. Who else is here that I know? Let me see. I see some of my clients are watching.
Okay, great. So,
do they have any questions?
We are waiting for them. If you can ask questions, we're here with Amy, and she's available to reply to you now because we are live. She cannot say no.
I never say no.
Okay, great. I'm sure for that, Amy.
Yes.
So, can I ask you something about
Absolutely.
people that maybe want to become a luxury travel advisor? What do they need to do in order to succeed in this field of tourism?
Okay, well, now is a very difficult climate.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
In the past, when people have come to me and said they wanted to work for me, I had asked them, where are they going to get their clients from? Mm-hmm. Because I know from your other talks that you talk about social media, the one we're on, and then there's mm-hmm. a new one. For me, I don't find that to be lucrative. The clients that come to me mm-hmm. Usually don't have the budget for the trips that I plan.
Yes.
So, I was very lucky because, like I said, I started out very slowly, and mm-hmm. then I got one referral, a second referral, mm-hmm. a third referral, and it took off rather quickly. Mm-hmm. So, obviously people are going to start with their friends and their family, but, you have to have some training. Yeah. Because there are questions that, you need to ask, and it's not a lucrative business. It's really a labor of love for the travel advisor because, all these trips that I've planned mm-hmm. that we're canceling, we're not being compensated. So if you're going to go into the business thinking, well, I'm going to travel the world and it's going to be amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, but it's costly, and I believe that I have an old school belief that you have to spend money to make money. So, I go to these destinations mm-hmm. and it's costly because I want to do it on my own time. It's completely different when I get invited on mm-hmm. say, a fam trip that they take travel advisors mm-hmm. or when I go on my own. Yes. And sometimes I don't want them to know it's me mm-hmm. because I really want to see how people are going to be treated. Not because, Amy from, Vagabond Travel is coming, and they put on their...
Hotel owners, be aware of Amy when she's visiting Greece.
No, I mean, everybody's really wonderful to me and my clients, mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes.
But with becoming a new advisor, that's mm-hmm. key. Like, where are you going to get your client base from? Because you don't get paid 30, 60, 90 days till after the client travels. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you have to be able to sustain that. And how many bookings are you going to have in that first mm-hmm. year? So I don't discourage people, but
Yes.
they need to be very realistic.
Okay.
So
I
that's
think
really
we understood how they should operate and what they have to do. I have an interesting question from George. Hello, George.
hi,
So,
George.
when do you think that Americans will be able to travel again? Would they travel after that, or it will take time?
Okay, that's a really great question, and
Mm-hmm.
it is changing. You know, like even the disease itself is changing because a very dear friend of mine runs. He's the president of some hospitals in New Jersey, and yesterday he gave a talk and he said, we're treating this as pneumonia, but
Mm-hmm.
now it appears not to be pneumonia.
Yeah.
So originally, New York and New Jersey had a deadline. The president had a deadline of when restrictions were going to be lifted. And in
Okay.
New Jersey, the other day, they extended it again.
Okay.
So my clients have not canceled their summer trips. I'm
That's
only
very
canceling.
important.
I'm sorry?
That's very important.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But I've only been able to cancel what's in the next couple of weeks. And I basically go by the airlines.
Mm-hmm.
So if the airlines cancel the ticket and the hotels, they can't get there, then we start canceling or moving the trip.
Mm-hmm.
I had clients that have called me up and said, okay, you know what? We gave a payment.
Rescheduling.
We gave a payment.
Mm-hmm.
We, at the moment, can't pay anymore due to the situation, which we all have to understand.
Mm-hmm.
But we do want to go. So
Okay.
please move it to this month or that month or even 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's great because at this point, we don't know. I mean, I have tickets myself to come in July.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping that I can come in July, but we just don't know. How
Yeah.
long after it's lifted are people going to want to go? I do feel people are going to want to go. Are they going to want to go 10 hours to Greece? I don't know.
Yes.
But I have clients that have told me up until recently, if I can go, I want to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's other destinations that just passed that, May trips, that April trips that was supposed to leave on the 2nd. I did
Yes.
not cancel them to the last minute because, I mean, now the situation is a little different. The airline has canceled a lot of the flights.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for the next at least 2 weeks to 30 days, people are going to stay home.
Yes.
So, will the seasonal hotels open up? I certainly hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that answer. I speak to them and they don't know the answer.
Yes.
So,
But
I
the
mean,
fact that they are not canceling, it's something that we should take into consideration and feel positive that they will to travel when this situation is over.
right. I mean, I don't know, certain destinations I think are going to take a little longer to come back.
Mm-hmm.
I think Greece did a great job because when I was there in February,
Mm-hmm.
the reason I wasn't
Yes.
afraid to go is because at the time they had said, it was very similar to the flu and they only had, I think 2 cases originally. And I know
Yes.
Greece was very good about shutting everything down. I know the people there are very good about listening as
Yes,
opposed
we
to,
are.
as opposed to where I live. You know, but so yes, I do think people are going to travel. Do I think they're going to travel in May? No.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think they're going to travel in June?
You don't
Probably
know.
not.
No.
I probably not, but July, I'm hoping,
Yes.
and I think there's going to be, I have clients all over the world. So if they're European clients, are they going to stay within Europe? Possibly. If they're American clients, are they going to stay within the US? Possibly. But, I have some clients that are supposed to take a cruise in the summer and, a Mediterranean cruise and it's not canceled and they're not canceling.
Okay,
So,
that's good to know.
Yeah.
I think it gives us a positive aspect of the situation and about how travelers are willing to travel and that they want to travel. That's the point. Amy,
Absolutely.
can I ask you something else? Your clients, how do they
Yes.
select a hotel? For example, okay, of course you have to know the hotel in order to be able to take care of them. And when they visit the hotel, do they pay attention to the design or the operations? Do they give you feedback regarding that?
Absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
usually I choose the hotel
Mm-hmm.
based on, I mean, like I said, most of my clients have traveled with me a
Mm-hmm.
lot. And even the new clients, like I told you in the beginning, I asked them where they've stayed so I can get some
Mm-hmm.
idea. And then because the hotels are all so different.
Yes.
So, like I mentioned, do they need a car? Do they need a shuttle?
Mm-hmm.
Are they, those are the factors. Do they need connecting rooms? Do
Yes.
they want a plunge pool? Um, so I look at it. I look at where, okay, if they're young and they want to go out, they need to be in this location. If
Mm-hmm.
they have children and they want to be closer to the beach, they need to be in this location.
Okay. Okay.
Um, because I know the destination so well, I tend to steer them to
Mm-hmm.
the hotel, unless they specifically say to me,
Mm-hmm.
Amy, I want to stay in Vivian's hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, tell me why you want to stay in Vivian's hotel. And they
Okay.
tell me, and then I say, well, Vivian's hotel is mainly for couples, and you're
Mm-hmm.
coming with your 3 small children.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that's the best choice, but it's your money, it's your trip. If you really want it, we will do that. And because, like I said, I mean, it's a trust.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, you know what, we're going to listen to you.
Okay.
And
And
so,
that's the point at the end of the day, to listen to you.
well, because they came to me, I'm the professional.
Yes. Yes.
so, so I try to place them according to my knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
and listen, I can't get to every part of Greece. So what's
Mm-hmm.
great about, the agency I work with is that they have the suppliers come to the agency.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say it's an island that's up and coming that I haven't been to yet.
Mm-hmm.
Then the suppliers come to us. They schedule a meeting. They come in. They talk about their product because, you can't be everywhere,
Of
as
course.
hard as I try. So I think that a lot of that goes into it. What are the ages of the client? What are they looking for? Do they need a spa? Do they want a Michelin, experience?
Mm-hmm.
Do they
Of
want a
course.
more local experience?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
So you take care of all the stuff, and you're creating tailor-made, unique experiences to your clients. And of course, I think this has a great value for the hotel owners also, because I think it's very important to have you. You're the way to talk to these clients, and of course, have offering a more special treatment, as far as I can understand. So,
well, I think the
Amy,
hoteliers also take care of my clients very well.
of
When they
course,
know
I
it's a
mean,
client, I send them a little personal note to say,
oh, okay.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
July 1st, Vivian and her friends are coming. They're my clients. So,
Mm-hmm.
and so they'll greet you when you come in and they'll say, oh, Amy, let us know you like
Mm-hmm.
extra towels.
Yes, I understand. And
Oh, I'm
this is the
sorry.
value. This is the value. We have a question.
Okay.
What would you say the top 3 reasons are a client should work with a travel advisor? So we need top 3 reasons for why a client should work with a travel advisor. I can say
Well,
Amy
go ahead.
Grigos is the reason.
Oh, you're amazing, Vivian. So I think that because there's so much
Mm-hmm.
information on the internet, it's almost
Mm-hmm.
like information overload. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of clients will say to me, I read, that website that reviews places,
Yeah.
and they'll say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is the best according to that. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, okay, so people like me don't write reviews on those websites. So we
Okay.
don't know anything about these people, right? We
Okay.
don't know who's writing them. We don't know what they like.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that I take a lot of the legwork out for the client. When they call me and tell me what their needs and wants are, I can then give them choices in every destination of where I think the best fit for them is. So I think
Okay.
that it's a lot of time. It's time before we were stuck at home. Time was very valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I bring value through my connections and my relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that carries over on how they're treated and how if there is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third item is I also really take time to know if someone wants to have a certain experience, what
Mm-hmm.
day they should go there or
Yes.
what day they shouldn't go there.
Mm-hmm.
These are things they're not going to find on the internet. So it's a very tailor-made custom experience to whoever's traveling at that time with them. So if you were going with a significant other or with you going with your family, it's going to be two different trips. I'm not going to plan the same trip for a bunch of 20-year-olds that I'm going to plan for a honeymoon or that I'm going to plan for a multi-generation family.
Yes.
It's really custom and tailored to their experience.
And I swear this is very important. I mean, from my experience, when I travel to a place, and I want to do the most unique experiences with somebody to suggest them to me. I have to trust him, or I have to trust them. So collaborating with a luxury travel advisor, I mean, it is very useful and valuable in order to know that your trip and your holidays are going to be what you have imagined.
Well, the other thing is too, like when I was there in February, I did some unique excursions that a client on their own is not going to be able to book these things. They're exclusive to certain companies. So I went to this place in Athens and they had an herbalist using herbs from Naxos.
Okay.
And to create, you know, therapies and things. And this tour, let's call it, or excursion, was exclusive to this one company. And that's something I could bring to my clients that was very unique, that no one else offers, that they're not going to find on their own. And even if they find something similar, the experience that is given through this company that only works with travel advisors like myself is a different, complete, unique experience that they would not have otherwise.
Okay. We have another question. What would be the benefits of a hotel in participating to a consortium like Virtuoso, apart of the great exposure that they get, given that it is expensive to be in the consortium?
Okay, so I'm a firm believer in that you have to spend money to make money. And I do, and I live by that, because even when something's going wrong, I try to fix it. And whether it's I have to personally pay for an excursion to make something right and have them end on a high note, I feel it's worth it to save the job, to save the client. So I don't know what Virtuoso charges the hotels, because that's not in my realm. But I think that the exposure that they bring and the level of agents and then the level of clients that you're going to get is worth it. Because, I mean, they have over 1,300 hotels and 1,800 suppliers and 20,000, you have 20,000 agents. And we have conferences and different webinars and different events that brings us together, that establishes that relationship. And like I said, you know, it's really all about relationships, because there's so many options and so many choices. So look, a hotel in the Caribbean, it's in a destination that's a very, very, very hard sell. And the person that runs it is amazing. And I used to say to him, your place is amazing. I love you. I can't get anybody to go there. And I felt really bad, because he was a great, great guy, great hotel. And once I got my clients to trust me and go there, they love it. They go back over and over and over again. So I think in November, I had like 10 bookings there, which was a lot for this hotel in the Caribbean. So and I can't say every instance it's worth it for hotels or suppliers, but for me, like I said, I find that the connections and even the clients come to me looking for a Virtuoso advisor. It's now ingrained in them that their friend uses you, you're a Virtuoso advisor. I want the extra amenities. I want, you know, the early check-in if available, the late checkout, the breakfast.
This special care, they look for that. Yes.
Right.
And I think today's travelers are more demanding, and they have more special needs, because I think everyone is working so much and they have a few days to spend on holidays. So they want everything to be great and how they imagine to be. So that's
well, you know what the thing too is, you have to remember, someone told me this a very long time ago. It's a long trip and they get there and they're tired, you know? So it takes a day or two, you know, to acclimate.
True, yes.
So when I do these experiences, I make sure to leave free time to enjoy the destination. I don't make a marathon. So let's pick a different, let's pick Italy, for example. If I send people to
Yes.
Italy, unless it's absolutely 100% necessary, and I think maybe I've done this once, okay, in the 5 years, I do not book the Vatican tour and the Colosseum tour in the same day because it's too much.
Yes,
I
of
want
course.
them to go in the morning, have a half a day, and then have the rest of the day to enjoy, to sit in the piazza, have coffee, really enjoy themselves. I don't jam pack their days, and just like I don't jam pack destinations so that they're just constantly checking in and out of hotels. You know, you
Yes,
have to
yes,
take that into consideration.
of course. And I will agree with you. It's exhausting, this program, to have it in the same day. And at the end of the day, you go to the hotel, you just want to sleep. So it's not very worthy.
And you know what I tell them? You'll go back. If you love
Yes,
it, you'll go back.
yes, yes.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
That's great. So, Amy,
Yes.
thank you very much for today. It's
Thank
more
you.
than 30 minutes, and that's amazing because people were engaging with comments and questions. I believe that soon we are going to meet in Greece
I
during
hope so.
summer. Yes, and I'm going to call everyone here that wants to collaborate with you to contact you, and either on LinkedIn or Instagram. And wishing you a great collaboration because I'm sure that you are going to help them, and you have to add value to their operations.
Thank you so
So
much. It was
thank
really
you
a
for being.
pleasure. Listen, stay
Thank you for
safe.
being with us.
Stay
Stay
home for
safe,
now
everyone.
so we can
Yes.
travel soon.
Okay, George says he's going to have a dinner with you by the single father. Okay, George, I
George,
want to join also, okay?
when is he
George
having a dinner?
Verjakis in Glyfada in Athens.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Love
great.
George. Okay, take care, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
again.
Have a nice afternoon.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.